Hey, Rainbow here, and how are you? Well, today I did something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I went and I did a test drive of Harley Davidson's new 2021 Pan American. And because I have, gosh, almost 9,000 miles, close to, on my Ducati Multistrada V4S, it was a little bit easier to make a nice comparison of the two. So if you're interested in Harley, or you like your Ducati, or you're thinking about both, you might want to stick around. And I was so excited that I left the house with 2 different gloves. So anyway, stand by and let's talk about it. Okay, about to take out the Harley Davidson Pan American. Started out in road mode. See how we go. So for this one, I have to follow this guy. I could tell you, it feels smaller than the Multistrada V4S. I will use the word smooth, just like I used the word smooth with the Multistrada V4S. Does not have a quick shifter in it. Nope, no quick shift. So I have to get used to that again. Not that it's hard to get used to. Let's see where they take us here. All right. It's heavier than the Multistrada, but it seems, I'm not going to use the word flickable. Okay, let me start out in second gear and see how this feels. Now these are on adventure tires, but this is a good feeling bike. I mean, I am surprised. I thought it was going to feel bulkier and heavier. I don't think I'm going to get an opportunity to wind this out because I have to follow him. But we shall see what happens. So third gear, 32, 33 miles an hour. Trying to find, so my RPM's around 3,000 it looks like. Looks like it redlines somewhere around 9,000 on this thing. It actually feels good. It does not feel as heavy. I know I said that, but my gosh, this is a kind of a surprise, to be quite honest with you. Very much a surprise. Quite amazing here. Let me downshift, see how it feels. You see this corner here, we got somebody coming up. Let me feel the rear brake. Let's see, let's feel the rear brake. Yeah, like the same as the Multistrada, very weak, pretty, not as heavy duty on the front brake either, I guess. Let me see here. Yeah, so the Multistrada's braking with the front brake is definitely a lot better. I can guarantee that. Let's see the cornering. It feels pretty good. I don't think I'm going to mess around with the windscreen while I'm riding because it is a bit of a pain in the ass. It's nowhere near as intuitive as the other one. It surprisingly feels lighter. It feels lighter than I was anticipating. Yeah. It definitely feels lighter. Yeah. And it seems a little smaller to me than what I'm used to. Yeah. So that's been a bonus. Let me look at my rears because I don't want to get rear-ended. But yeah, it's pretty smooth. I mean, I kind of got the third gear, so, but get down here, we gotta open it up. Okay. well, the man says when we get down here, we're going to open it up. So I hope we open it up. Definitely not as much power as the Multistrada, I can guarantee you that. But you know what? There's a lot of wasted power in that Multistrada that I don't really need anyway. Hand controls feel pretty good. Let's see what we got going on here. Definitely has some kick to it. I gotta remember I'm on adventure tires. It's probably super loud. Let's see what 6th gear is this. Okay, so 65 hitting almost 4,000 RPM. 60 miles an hour takes in 6th gear. That's just, nah, it's too much. Too much wasted space there. Let's downshift, see how she feels. So one of the things that I will definitely tell you is different is the engine braking. Okay. The engine braking is a little bit, it's not as harsh as the Ducati Multistrada V4S. That is a guarantee. Just not as harsh as the Ducati, but which is I like and I don't like. I don't like it because it is not as good for slowing down, and I do like it because I do like that ability to not have to hit the brakes all the time. So I have this love-hate relationship with the heavier engine braking of the Ducati. Cornering, comfortable. I mean, honestly, it's really hard to believe that we're actually, that I'm riding it's hard to believe that I'm riding a Harley. This is not like any Harley I ever rode before. So I gotta say, it's kind of hats off to Harley for what they've done here, for sure. So I guess I should have felt what the wind protection. The wind protection is really not good. I will tell you that the wind protection is subpar at the speeds I was just going at, which was about you know, in the 60 to 70 mile an hour range. If I do go ahead and raise this up, it is an improvement, but you still really feel it on your helmet. You really still feel it on your face. Okay, so I just downshift. This does not have a quick shifter. All right, so I just had the perfect timing there. I just downshifted without a clutch, so the RPMs were just working out. That's all that was about. For a minute there, I thought, well, maybe it does have, but it doesn't. I'm sure he's taking it easy on me with that e-bike that he has. So standing up feels pretty good. Standing up, got to admit, this doesn't feel too bad at all. the bike, it's just very maneuverable. I'm gonna guess that this thing off-road is probably amazing, even for the weight, because I really don't feel like it's all that high. And you can feel when you come to the stop signs, the bike lowers down, it takes off, it goes up again a little bit. You really can't feel it going up, but when you first turn it on, you know the difference. Well, that was pretty interesting. That was a nice little run that we had. Got to admit, I am actually very impressed with this bike, for sure. I don't know what the numbers are. We'll look at the numbers, or I'll post the numbers here on the video to see what this thing would cost. This is with the spoked wheels. I would probably want something with the mag wheels, since I'm not really going to take it off-road. I mean, you don't need spoke wheels to go down a dirt, gravelly road or something like that. I'm not going to be doing adventure riding through trails, so that ain't going to happen. And it's easier to keep it clean, less maintenance on the mag wheels. Pretty good feeling bike here, I gotta tell you. I am really surprised at how this bike feels. Oh, well, look at this bonus. We get to go on 95. Okay, so I'll get a little quiet here because I know the wind is going to be horrible, so I'll probably cut my audio and go to music. Okay, wind protection isn't too bad if you keep your head forward. You pick your head up and you're definitely into some wind. Yeah, so I'm 5'11" and a half. Well, let's just say 5'11", 32-inch inseam, and my head is taking a beating here. All right. So I know we're getting off this exit. I'm going to downshift, see how it feels for engine braking. Not as powerful as the Ducati. Okay, I'm struggling to get these RPMs up to like 6,000. I hope you're selling a lot of these. Yes. Yeah, because when you told me the weight, I was like, oh, it's going to be so, right. Yeah. But then you ride it and you just feel it. You just throw it around. Yeah, and you could really just throw it around. I don't want to be too aggressive on some of the corners because of the tires, but I have a feeling I could be a lot more aggressive like I normally am. Yeah. I'm not really getting the RPMs up there really high. The engine braking is light, which is nice. Do any of these have any options with a quick shifter?
I will check into that, but I think there is a quick shifter you can add to that.
That you could, a stock?
Yes.
Or from Harley?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, it's very smooth. I'm wondering why they decided to put this, the stabilizers on. Yeah.
I think that's because a lot of guys is going into road mode.
Yeah.
Or sports mode.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, there we go.
Yeah.
I forgot to do that.
And that keeps that front end pretty stiff for you. So
right, got it. Yeah. Yeah, you can feel it a little bit if I try to be really jerky-worky with it. Okay. I forgot to try sport mode.
Okay. Get back on and you can open it up and see how.
No, well, yeah, we're almost back, right? We have. All right. see this cornering here. Well, it sounds a little bit different in sport mode. I'm going to try to crank this a little bit more with the RPM. I want to push it. So I'm going to stay in 4th gear, kind of push this motorcycle a little bit. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. But definitely not a Multistrada V4S, I can tell you that. So I'm not even going to make 6th gear, just so I can kind of feel this out a little bit better. But very impressive on this bike. I have to admit that I am rather impressed. I was kind of expecting to feel like I was on another just big clunky Harley that is not very maneuverable and not very nimble. And although this doesn't quite match up to the Multistrada, the one thing that I could tell you that it does do is it provides a really fun, let's do 2nd gear. Let's lean it in a little bit more here. Yeah, and getting used to this bike is kind of easy, I gotta tell you that. Wow, rather impressed. Rather impressive here. Wow. Put that in neutral. This clunky thing down. All right, let's shut this thing off now that I'm done riding. Okay, so there you have it. Quite surprised, and honestly, if I had to test drive both from day one, I may have gone with the Harley Davidson. Now it's going to be a price point issue too, and you know, it doesn't offer, Harley doesn't offer the same as Ducati, as we discussed and you heard me talking during the video. You know, it leaves something to be desired as far as power comparison, but the amount of power that Harley is bringing is certainly more than adequate for everyday riding, for sure. So it was fun. If you like this video, hit and let me know, hit the like button. And if you like it a lot, or even if you don't, just like and subscribe anyway. Just it'll help the channel, it'll help it to grow, and it'll give me some incentive to create maybe some better content and put some more time and effort into it. Because I work a full-time job, and this isn't always easy as like a lot of people who do YouTube are. But anyway, Rainbow, have yourself a good one. Take care.